Hello, today I'm going to be talking about reading fluency and demonstrating different techniques and activities that you can do in a classroom. I'm primarily focusing on grade levels 1 to first grade and second grade, but most of these techniques and activities are very adaptable and can be used for older or younger students, and I'll kind of explain some different adaptations that you can use. For my first demonstration, I want to talk about duet reading. And basically what this is going to be is this is for any of your students who need more one-on-one practice with you. And so you'll pick a book, and I chose a book called Lazy Daisy. And you will read one word, and then your student will read the next, and then you'll read the next, and then so forth until they get to a comfortable place. You get to the end of the book, or wherever they're at. Maybe that's just, let's just read a page today and we'll be good. So here is what this might look like. Hey Johnny, you want to come over here for a minute? I'm going to get your help on reading some of this book, okay? Do you remember me talking about Lazy Daisy? Okay. So, how we're going to do this is I'm going to read the first word, and then you can follow along with me. I'll point to the words you read, and you'll read every other word. Sounds good? Okay, let's give it a shot. Pay attention, girls, young. Good job, Johnny. Pay close attention, young girls and young boys. That is awesome. You want to keep going? Okay. For, a, of, and. Good job. For here's a sad story of laundry and toys. Thank you, Johnny. That's awesome. And you would just keep going down the list until they got comfortable, until they were able to do it correctly, and this would really help you see where they're at with rate and where they're at with word fluency. A good activity to have them do as a class for this is called Two to Read, and I found this activity on the Florida Center for Reading Research. And so what this activity is it's a connected text activity for second graders, and basically you will pair your students up and give them a passage or a book. They'll each have the written sheet or words written in front of them, and they'll take turns reading it. So the first student will read the first sentence, and then their partner will read the second sentence, and then so on and so forth until they get to the end. And this helps with peer evaluation, it helps with peer assistance, and helps them get confident and more comfortable with reading around each other, which is always nice. For my next demonstration, I'm going to be talking about echo reading. And echo reading is similar to duet and shared reading, but it helps students with appropriate rate and expression. So for this one, I'm still using Lazy Daisy. I would say, okay students, everyone come over. We are going to read a story, but I am going to get you to help me. Sound good? Okay, for this, I will read a sentence and show it to you over here, and then I'm going to get you to read it after me. Okay, so you're just going to echo it back to me. Sound good? Okay. Pay close attention, young girls and young boys. Can you say that? Pay close attention, young girls and young boys. Good job. For here's a sad story of laundry and toys. Your turn. For here's a sad story of laundry and toys. Good job. There once was a child who called herself Daisy. There once was a... Good job. Y'all are getting good at this. And Daisy was super fantastically lazy. Can you say that? Great job. Y'all did awesome on that page. Now I'm going to see if I can read 2 sentences at a time and have you echo that back to me. Are you ready? Okay. I'm Lazy Daisy, the child would scream. I'm perfect as ponies and chocolate ice cream. Can you say that with me? Okay. Right up here. As ponies and chocolate. Good job. A little tricky. Okay, we'll try this one some more. I'm better than angels and blackberry pie, and I'll never work till the day that I die. You ready? Good job. Okay, we'll keep working on that. Thank you all. And so with that one, essentially you keep going until they can read bigger portions after you and then on their own. And so this is a good exercise if you want to also talk about comprehension and ask questions in the middle, because with this reading activity, it not only allows them to hear you say it, but then it allows them to hear themselves read it out loud and kind of compare and contrast. Oh, that sounded different than when my teacher did it. Maybe I should fix this. And that has been proven to be very helpful for them. And so with this activity with echo reading, I have found another activity from the Florida Reading Research website, and this is called I Read, You Read. So what you'll do is you'll take your students, the highest level readers in your class and the lowest level readers in your class, and you'll separate that out into lists, and then you'll pair one from each group. So you'll have a higher level reader and a lower level reader, and what you'll do is you'll pair them up, give them a passage to read. The higher level reader will read the word sentence first, and then the lower level reader will read after them to get help, to see. And you can also do this with, let's say you have they can do it more of the shared reading. So again, they read the first sentence and then the lower level reader will read the second one, so forth. Very adaptable, very easy. But again, will help with peer evaluation and help with building confidence to read around their peers. For another activity that I found that helps with reading words and reading at an appropriate rate is called Pass the Word. And with this, again, you'll pair your students up into pairs, and you will give them each student in the pairs will get a stack of high frequency words. So it could be a stack of 20 all the way up to 60, whatever their level you feel like they're best at, and they will get a sheet that they can keep track. So it'll be split down in the column, and here is a good example. Try not to move the camera. Here is a good example of a check sheet. It has a little car, it's racing, so they can also be timed, but you would just have student 1 and student 2, first try, second try, third try of reading the frequency words. And what happens is student 1 will go through, they'll flip over the card, read it, and put it in the discard pile. Flip over the next card, read it. If they get to a word where they don't know it, then student 2 will time them, give them 5 seconds to guess or say it, and if they can't, they have to put it back at the bottom of the stack. And at the end of a minute or 30 seconds, however many words they read correctly, that's how many they get to put in their first try slot. And then you keep going until they can either get all of them or they've completed the checklist. And so one of the assessments that I found or feel would be most helpful for this is passage reading. And I chose this as an assessment because I feel like whether you're dealing with your younger students or your older students, it will help you see not only accuracy, it'll help you with rate, and it'll help you with seeing where they are with their expressions, where they are with pauses and breaks and all of that good stuff needed for reading. And you can do it depending on their level, so you don't have to pick one book for all. Each student can get their own book as long as you are able to accurately assess each of those, knowing that they're on grade level and that they're relatively the same length. I think that that should be okay. But like I said, most of these activities are adaptable for however you best want to use them in your classroom or on your students' needs.